got the Stingray here. It's been here before, I believe. But we just fixed up the motor.
Actually, I think they did pistons and head cam, right? Cam pack. Yeah. They put 4 cams in this one. 4 cams? Yeah.
It's the first LT Coyote hybrid.
That's right. So this is a dual overhead cam LT
hybrid.
That's right.
Hybrid.
Dual overhead cam Coyote LT hybrid.
Hybrid, not hybrid. It's hybrid.
Hybrid. Might want to move it. It's sitting on the AC compressor.
Be like that sometimes.
That or just go down a little bit more.
Watch your finger.
After much pain and turmoil, we got the motor in. Now I'll go underneath and start bolting stuff up. We'll start slapping it back together. What the hell is this? This ain't no Corvette.
I'm still working the hole anyway. The car's a car.
No, yeah, so we're our man over at D3, just in the next building over from us. He brought his car over to just get the shocks redone on it. I think the front struts are getting old on it, so it's time for some new ones. Yeah, he's having us do that real quick. It shouldn't be anything too hard, but you mind? So you see what happens when companies spend all that money to make the cars look clean and nice underneath. Makes it a huge pain in the ass for the mechanics. Gotta take the whole front end apart just to replace the stupid shock.
Rubbing on the whole thing. Rubbing on the fender line.
Just like that, huh?
Like that, baby. Just like that.
About to put the intake on. Ain't quite a blower, but it's something.
Yeah, gonna make all of 250 horsepower, bro.
250? What? Well, that's way more than I thought.
Be like that sometimes, baby. Be like that.
What's your Stingray?
Huh?
It's like, what's your Stingray?
What?
What?
Dan! Take this guy with you. Take this guy with you. Oh.
Guess what? I'm yours now, Aldo.
Huh?
I'm yours now. You gotta deal with it.
No. Fuck that.
All right, so what's going on right now? What's the apps? What's your social security? You know, give me it's all that jazz.
I have no social security. Credit score is about 450, and yeah, we're almost done with this. Waiting on a few parts. They had a little issue with one of the quick release hoses for the heater core hose, but other than that, the build's pretty much done. We had it done on Friday and fired it up. Just noticed a little coolant leak, so we're fixing that now, and it'll be time to tune it real soon. So it's just a stock NA deal. I think we'll probably end up putting a cold air intake on it, but it actually sounds good now. It did have one cylinder was dead, so we ended up doing a piston upgrade, bumped the compression a little bit, a cam package, and put it all back together. Redid the heads, machined the heads and all of that, valve job and all the cool stuff, and we're ready to go.
Sweet. How much power? What's your guess for power?
If you want me to guess, I'm gonna be pretty fucking accurate. Remember this shit. What it's gonna make? It's gonna make 428.
All right.
To the wheel. You hear that? 428.
All right. Well, we'll keep that in mind.
If it makes that,
what's gonna happen if you're like dead wrong?
I'll buy you lunch. All right.
So it sounds like a deal.
All right.
He's usually pretty accurate.
Dead wrong. Like 100 horsepower off. Or hell. We'll
Screw that. 20 horsepower off.
50.
30.
All right, then.
30.
30 plus or minus.
All right. He's usually pretty accurate, so I don't think I'm gonna get lunch.
And on some old Jack Daniel.
Oh, dang, you got it done already, huh?
Oh,
what's a good test to see if these shocks work? Like over a speed bump at 60 or something?
no, jump it off a sweet jump.
Yeah.
Off of the f***ing dirt road back there, just
Okay, here we go.
like Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, that's how they settle, right?
So have you taken this thing off any sweet jumps? I said no, Bo, no. Missing one or what?
All right, well, cross your fingers. Let's hope it starts.
Well, let's hope it starts without a light. Without a suspension light.
Voila. Clearance.
Hey, you go down 6.
Your butts.
Whew. Well, actually, I was gonna say cold air cam and headers, but it's got a stock airbox on it. Just cam and headers. Here we go. 450 horsepower. Here we come. It's gonna get a little crazy. seriousness, this car has 80,000 miles on it. It came to us, I think, a little hurt. So we did a drop-in piston, our complete DOD delete with our complete cam package with headers on it. Actually, it already had headers, but pretty much freshened up the motor. So it's a fresh motor. And the reason why it has a stock airbox and everything on it, because it's gonna put a blower on it in the future. So, you know, cam headers, and now it's set up for, we throw a blower on, I think it's making like 450, 460 rear wheel horsepower right now. We throw a blower on it, 700 to 750 rear wheel horsepower won't be a problem. But he's gonna take it, break it in for a little bit, and then bring it back for a supercharger.
Nice.
So I know we're joking about the horsepower, but we built it this way so he can bring it back in the future for a blower, so it's ready to go.
Yeah, no,
It's still a good street car. It still sounds really good with the cam in it. It'll still drive nice. It's just, you know, obviously 450 rear wheel horsepower. We're used to 700 all the time here, but again, very cool little car to drive.
I was gonna say, like, it still sounds real nice.
Oh, it sounds sick. And I mean, you pull into a parking lot with a C7 cam and it gets people's attention quick. So it's still a really cool car. It has 82,000 miles on it. It actually is one of the more high mileage cars we've done. That's why, I forget what was wrong with it. I don't know if it had a piston that was hurt or maybe a lifter that was hurt. It's been a while, but yeah, that's why we freshened up the motor, and it is what it is, but now she's good to go. Alright guys, today we are in my favorite car to pick for a daily driver. We're in a 2019 Cadillac CTS-V We just completed our LMR 1000 horsepower package on it. Gonna go for a test drive, do some data logging, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it as we drive here. Let me get going. Again, it is a 2019 V3. Very rare color on it. I think y'all will like it from the pictures and the videos from the outside. This car is our 1000 horsepower package. We got rid of the 1.7 liter blower. We put a Whipple 2.9 on it. Our complete heads and cam package. Like always, American Racing headers on it. This car we did a little bit different than the previous ones. A lot of customers run 93 octane. This customer actually lives in California, so the option was either 91 octane and keep the boost turned down, for safety and keep timing out of it and get, it probably makes 700 horsepower or so out of it. But 91 octane is just kind of sketchy, so we decided to go with E85 on this, and the customer was adamant about not having any meth on it for a fuel source. As many of you know, with these direct injected motors, straight E85 fuel system becomes a problem. You can add a low side to it all you want, which feeds the mechanical pump, but the mechanical pump and the high side direct injectors just can't flow enough to support straight E85 when you start making 800 plus real horsepower. So a lot of times in the past with our older builds, we add a meth kit to it, and that helps. In this particular case, we went ahead and upgraded the DI injectors as well as the mechanical fuel pump. So the car is running straight E85 with no meth on it. We went ahead and installed an N gauge here, which I'll show y'all later. It gives the customer different parameters to view while he's driving his car, like intake air temps, manifold air temps, pretty much anything you can scan through the OBD2 port, you can select to read on here. And obviously in this case, the biggest thing is he wanted to see the alcohol content or the ethanol content. So another good feature we added to this car. This car has the nice Recaro seats. Obviously I'm a little guy, so I can move around in a little bit, but I mean, this thing is built for road course stuff, but it is as comfortable as can be. I've said it many times, if I had my pick for a daily driver, new Cadillac CTS-V, these V3s are as comfortable as can be, and you get as much horsepower as you want out of it. This car on pump gas, I think we put 93 in it, and I want to say it was 750 or so to the tires on 93. It's nice and conservative. And then we put the E85 in it, and I believe it's right at almost 900 rear wheel horsepower. It's on a factory tire still, so I won't be able to do anything crazy street driving. Again, I'm just logging for fuel pressure stuff, because we are, even with the direct injection, the bigger fuel pump and the bigger injectors, we're still at the limit of with straight E85 without having to add meth to it. So something I'm going to be watching on the data logger as we make pulls, make sure fuel pressure's happy and make sure the injector's happy as well. Some of you guys at home not really knowing what E85 is and kind of how it works. What it is, we put a flex fuel sensor on this car, so the car didn't come from the factory E85 compatible. So what we do is we put a flex fuel sensor on it. It tells the computer the ethanol content and adjusts accordingly. So it'll adjust fuel accordingly, and then in the tune, I'm gonna throw round numbers out here. If I have, let's say, 15 degrees of timing in it with 93 octane, and it's making X amount of horsepower, well, once the computer sees 50, 60, 70, 80% ethanol, depending on what I put in the computer, let's say I add another 5 degrees to it, when it sees that, well, there you go. Just from going from 93 to E85, you're gonna pick up 50 to 100 rear wheel horsepower pretty easily, and that's what makes this thing so cool. E85, back in the day had a bad rep about, messing up fuel pumps, injectors, and stuff like that. Again, it still is very corrosive. It's like alcohol on race cars. You got to clean the fuel systems out from time to time. What I tell my customers that run straight E a lot, I tell them if they know the car's going to sit for a while, or if they do drive it daily, a car like this, I tell the customer once a month, put 93 in the tank, That way it flushes the whole system out, from the fuel pump, the filters, to the injectors, the mechanical pump, everything. That way it stays nice and clean, and that E85 isn't corrosive and killing even the fuel lines and stuff like that. Like I said, comfort of a Cadillac, but horsepower of a Corvette. I mean, you cannot beat this. Talk about a fun car to drive. Holy cow. Spun really bad in third. That's traction control on. So y'all can see me driving it pretty hard and sashaying pretty good. Traction control off. This thing wouldn't stand a chance with these tires on it. But again, the customer has a good set of tires he's gonna put on when he gets home, so I have a feeling he'll be able to do a good second gear pull. At least third for sure it'll hook up. Second, with the tires hot, with a good Toyo or a good Nitto, it should work in second gear. It'll haze them, but at least you'll be able to get on in second gear. That thing